Welcome to Research 101 series, where I simplify everything about research for academic purposes. In this short presentation, I focus on thematic analysis steps. I'll briefly describe the steps taken when doing thematic analysis on qualitative data. If you are writing a dissertation or a thesis, you might find this presentation useful because you are expected to describe data analysis methods in detail when you are doing your write-up. So the steps that I highlight here are the steps that you can include in your thesis when you describe methods of analysis. It is very important to also understand the definition of thematic analysis, to say when you're doing thematic analysis, what exactly are you doing? Because it is a way of analyzing qualitative data. As Brown and Clark put it, it's a method of identifying patterns or themes within qualitative data. Fade and Cochrane define it as a way of recognizing patterns or themes within data. There are several data sources which could be analyzed using thematic analysis method. Some of the qualitative data sources include either interview transcripts, data from focus group discussions. At times, your research focuses on analyzing documents. It can also be used when analyzing open-ended survey responses. It can also be used when analyzing images or any visuals. You can also use thematic analysis to analyze videos. So these are the 6 simple steps that should be taken when doing thematic analysis. The first and most important step is to be familiar with your data. Familiarize yourself with the data. Whatever form of data you have, it can be transcripts, videos. Try to familiarize yourself with the data. Some people may pay people to do transcriptions of audio recordings. So take time to read and reread those transcripts. As you read and reread those transcripts, note some initial ideas. Try to understand the data. After you familiarize yourself with the data, the next step is to do the initial codes. Another important thing about codes is that codes are merely descriptions of interesting points. It's not an interpretation yet. We are simply describing something that is interesting within your data. You can be underlining important concepts, something interesting, something outstanding, and then organize those initial codes into groups. After that, you identify initial themes. This is where you put related codes together into broader interpretive themes. For example, maybe you are looking at how teenagers communicate. The codes could include maybe they are communicating with Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or whatever technology they are using. Then the initial theme could include maybe social media. Is it print? Is it digital? Those are initial themes. As you do your initial themes, you can also do thematic maps. And it's okay to come up with sub-themes. After the initial themes, the next thing is to review those themes. You make sure that whatever you identify initially as a potential theme, when you look at your data, do you have enough data to support the claims that you are going to be making within that theme. This is the time where you can combine some of the sub-themes, or maybe you can break a bigger theme into smaller themes. So it's about reviewing, making sure you have enough data, and also making sure that your data is being accounted for. Because with the themes, it's an interpretation now. It's not the same as codes. Codes is just a description, but when you're doing themes, it's now an interpretation of those codes. After reviewing the themes, then you need to name the themes. You describe them in full and explain the content for each theme. As you describe the content of each theme, make sure that you relate the themes to the story of your work. After that, then you do your writing. As you do your writing, make sure you select relevant evidence from the data to support the claims that you are making, so that the readers can understand the data and how you made interpretations to come up with the themes. I hope you found this short presentation useful. Good luck and best wishes with your research.